Welcome back, everyone. We're going to be breaking down the Odyssey and pulling out some life lessons, actually, that I think are actually really applicable, not only to life in general, but ultimately your faith with God. I know, it's strange. The Odyssey is a pagan film with gods and goddesses in the Greek world, but there's some really amazing wisdom in the story. Really, Odysseus is trying to control his life. He's smart, he's conniving, he's clever, he's always just trying to think himself through things and methodically, and that really gets him accolades and gets him far in the Trojan War, where, you've heard the story, Homer's Odyssey, he, comes up with the Trojan. It's a whole, ruse, where they basically take Troy over, and it gets him hailed as a hero. And he goes through this whole journey where he gets humbled and whittled down. All of his pride and ego goes out the door. Everyone praises his name, yet he's a man that just keeps losing and losing. And the gods, the divine forces in the world, keep putting him through this tug of war and struggle all the way to get back home. He's just a man at the end of the day trying to get back to the love of his life in his kingdom, Ithaca. And he gets massively humbled through it. And you start to see him unravel and realize, wow, I'm not just this amazing person anymore, war hero, but I'm just a man. And there comes a point in time in the movie where, especially, Christopher Nolan's film was very interesting. I'm a bit more of a fan of the 97 version, which definitely watch it if you haven't. It's amazing. But there's a moment in time where he's lost all of his men. He's been attacked by monsters, the sirens, giants. It's just crazy. And he tries to forget his life, but he can't. And literally she looks at him. Calypso was this, woman that keeps him captive, on this island for a while. And she tells him, you have to go out and you have to face Poseidon, which was the first god that he offended. Well, technically maybe second. But he hurt his son, and Poseidon's just been making his life miserable on the waters, trying to get back to Ithaca. And he makes this little shoddy raft boat thing, which wasn't even a boat, but literally takes it out on the water, and he faces the sea. Whatever his punishment's going to be, whatever literally he, Poseidon's going to do to him, he faces it, whether he lives or dies. I think that in this life with God, when you come to the end of yourselves and you surrender and you let go, like he did, you will find yourself break through in the struggle. Your striving ends and his working on your behalf begins. In the movie, literally right after he did that, he passes out in the ocean and he wakes up on the shores of Ithaca, which is where he was trying to go all this time. Ithaca represents sort of the dream in your heart. And when you're trying to follow and go after the Lord, you have to let go of some things in your heart to actually attain it. Any man that loses his life for my name's sake shall find it, and anyone who finds that life shall lose it. That is the whole story of the Odyssey. As long as Odysseus is trying so hard to hold on to his life, he keeps losing it. It keeps slipping through his hands. Things keep happening, and he's wondering, I just got to try harder. I just got to push through it. I just got to come up with another trick, and all of his tricks fail. It's literally a man coming to the end of himself, which is the story, I think, of the cross, really, ultimately. In actually getting what you want, you actually have to surrender. You have to let it go. Because there's this idea, the very thing you want tends to repel from you. And when you stop looking at that and you look at something greater than yourself, you end up finding the very thing that you wanted in the first place, but it's no longer the object of your desire. And this was a perfect example in Odysseus' story, where he surrenders everything and he lets go, and he ends up landing up on the shores of Ithaca. Immediately after that, he faces the music. And so there's this idea in life, and it's a principle. I mean, I don't have a universal law necessarily for this, though it is a very well-documented phenomenon that the very thing that you're trying to seek tends to elude you and gets pushed off, or it just doesn't work out and it keeps going and going. And the time you give it up, the search for it, the never-ending, relentless, like craving for it, and you pursue something greater than that, then it happens just like clockwork. That's Odysseus' story. And it teaches us that you don't have to strive your way into something. It's actually grace. And this is the way it works with God. Yeah, you can live your life. You can bulldoze your way through things. You could try to jam open a door that just won't budge if you want. But there's a better way. And it's a way of yielding and surrendering and being led. It doesn't mean you don't work. Doesn't mean you don't try things. It's just you take away that striving element from your life. And there's peace there. Because you're not even worried about whether it goes well or not. You accept it as it is. You just be yourself. Odysseus, in the 97 version, there's a scene, and I love it, where he is getting hit wave after wave by Poseidon. And he said, what did I do wrong? What have I done? Or why am I going through this? And Poseidon says that you may know that you're like just a man, and that you'd be nothing without the gods. That scene hit me like a truck. And he's going back home. In the 97 version, he sailed back home. After that, he got found. There's a whole thing, but go watch it. But he said, I come to the conclusion that I am just a man, nothing more and nothing less. That is an amazing place to be. Broke, no money, no ship, no kingdom. He's got nothing. And on the way back, which he's not even sure what's fully going to happen when he gets back. And so that is a beautiful place for a man to be and to get to. And I think that's a heart posture that we should carry, and ideally, without maybe going through all the crazinesses in our life to get there, if we can by faith just access that now. Oh man, I think that would save us on so much heartache, pain, and struggle. Though there's beauty in the heartache and the pain and the struggle for sure. But I hope that blessed you. It is an amazing story. I would just encourage, people to watch it with fresh eyes and just garner the lessons from it. So we'll see you on the next one. Please like, subscribe to the channel. If you want to, help me get the algorithm, boost these things out a bit more and get you guys more content. So bless you. We'll see you on the next one.